welcome. We're here. I've got the myth, the legend, the big man himself, Neeks, man. What up, man? How you doing, man?
I'm alright, man. Alright. Good to be back filming with you.
Yeah, it's been a while, man. It's been a while, man. I don't trust me, man. A very, very, very popular guy on Twitter and so forth. You know, we're always in these threads. I think it's like Byron. He always links us in with something. And it's like, okay, what will the Uncle Neeks think? What will Uncle Neeks think? You know, and everything. So look, man. I think the United, because for me, I actually want to go way back into the past with United. But before we do that,
how far back was it? 1999 treble?
No. Moyes. Because I actually have it here. Moyes. I want to go down to Moyes. So look, I mean, the thing with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is, should he have had the job full time after what he did, or do you think United should have been bigger than that, not reactionary, and say no, we have to get someone proper? Oh, because you see, hindsight is 2020. Because people can say that, no, they should have gotten a proper guy. But then you go Louis van Gaal, you go Mourinho. So maybe they thought maybe this is a Pep Guardiola situation. Maybe he understands this the coaching setup. But what I always say about that is that Pep, maybe he was just an amazing coach. So this was always his calling. That's the first. The second thing, he had an amazing team, which United didn't have. It was an amazing team. And because I remember when Pep used to play, Pep was like a slightly worse version than Busquets. You know, so he was an okay player and everything. So it's really because this was his management. So do you think that Solskjaer should have been given the full-time thing at the time?
You know, it's so funny because obviously a lot of people might be new to me on YouTube, so to speak. I've been around for a while.
Yeah.
So they hear my views on Solskjaer in the last year, 18 months, and they'll think that I've been backing him blindly forever. And all that even backing blindly at the time. I'm one of the few Man United fans, despite how much I defended Solskjaer whilst he was a Man United manager, I'm one of the few, you can go back on the Football Terrace and see all the UFF, all that kind of stuff, that said he should not be given the permanent job at the time when he got it. And it's probably very shocking for people to hear that because of, as I said, my support for him. But I've always looked at tried to look at the bigger picture for Man United. When Jose was sacked, and people, again, because I supported Solskjaer, people would think I didn't want Jose Mourinho, I didn't like him or whatever. No, I never called for Jose Mourinho to be sacked. I accepted that he needed to go at the time because things had got just too bad. It was terrible. But I knew the issue was bigger than Jose Mourinho. And what I said at the time was that the next signing we need to make after Jose Mourinho was a sporting director. That's before we hire the manager, that's before we buy any more players or anything. Because you get that sporting director or director of football, whatever you want to call it. Then he, with his football in mind, decides on or has a huge influence on who the next manager is, what kind of players you want to recruit, etc., etc. And of course, if we had done that, which the club came out and said that we're going to get an interim, we're going to get a sporting director, and we'll make a decision in the summer. And I accepted that. I said, cool, this is where we need to go. And we may suffer in the short term, but in the long term, we'll be better. But with a sporting director comes a loss of power for people like Ed Woodward. So when Solskjaer went on that run of, I think it was about 19 games unbeaten, 14 wins or so, that was the best thing for Woodward because he could hire Ole Gunnar Solskjaer with all the fan furore
and then also control him as well.
And still have that control. And deviate from the plan that they stated when they sacked Jose Mourinho.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of it, but again, at the time I said, I understand why you got the job because everything that's happened that period, we're back in the race for top 4, we just beat PSG, everything was looking hunky-dory. But I said, what's the rush? Because nobody's coming in for Solskjaer. It's not like we need to sign this guy up quick because Barca's going to come in for him. No, let him continue with this great run and everything. And if we get top 4, if we win a trophy, whatever, in the summer, give him the permanent job. Or if things do go bad, then you say, thanks for stabilising the ship. Now we go out and get the manager that we want.
Yeah.
But Woodward, it was the easy decision for him. The fans accepted it because of how the mood was at the time and because of him being a legend. So ultimately, you have to say, no, it was the wrong decision, and which is what I said at the time. But once he got the job, I said, well, I have to just kind of back him and see where it takes us. There's no point in me saying, oh no, like, get rid, because it was never going to happen. So let's see what it takes us. But it was the wrong decision at the time.
So, I mean, I want to think about Moyes though is, do you think that Moyes, because I've always said that Moyes deserved a summer, because I think what was, because I remember seeing it at the time, because I said, wait a minute, you have a guy who is considered one of the best managers of all time, who literally had so much influence into an Italian team for all these years, and because United had gotten so used to success, the very moment of non-success, like, oh, he's the wrong guy. But the issue was, no, this was always going to happen.
Yeah.
Which is that if you take out a guy who could turn dust and stand into gold and did it many times, that's a special guy. So not many people can have the skills that Fergie had. So I always felt that for Moyes, yeah, it's bad. You didn't get top for this, looks bad. Give him a summer. Give him the team. Let him really understand the team, gel the team together. Because remember, at the time, Kagawa was very good. He was one of the best players in his position.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, let Kagawa have a bit of time to understand Moyes and give him another year. But United, they panicked. And they're like, oh, no. Moyes is the wrong guy. Let's now go for Van Gaal. And then, for me, that, I think, was the biggest mistake, is that they didn't relax, don't be too reactionary. And the moment that they just quickly fired Moyes, it just went into a down spiral of like, because we are Man United, let's get a big name and then we can get success now, which is not how it works.
I think with Fergie going, that was a massive impact on Manchester United. But what isn't often spoken about is the fact that David Gill left at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
So
he was the sporting.
He was like the sporting director, chief executive, whatever. So he was replaced by Ed Woodward, and Fergie was replaced by David Moyes. So that is and Ed Woodward doesn't have any experience in sports, let alone football.
Oh, okay, so he's a businessman.
He was the guy who brokered the deal for the Glazers to buy Man United.
Oh, damn.
Back in
Okay. So he's purely business.
Purely business.
Okay.
So you've got him coming in to replace David Gill, and you've got Moyes, he's not even Fergie light. He's literally the only thing similar about them is they're Scottish. That's literally it.
Yeah.
That's literally it. And now they're taking on those two major positions. If David Gill stayed, Moyes may have been more successful.
Yeah.
If Woodward had come in and Fergie was still there, then the success would have still continued. But you have those two big changes at the same time. That season, in hindsight, I guess, was always going to be a very, very troubled season. Starting from the transfer window, where we were chasing everything and everyone. I think we chased Gareth Bale, Cesc Fabregas, Thiago.
Yeah, they always went to all guys at the time. Yeah.
And ended up with Fellaini on deadline day. And then we got Mata in the January. So the whole thing was a complete mess. So I feel sorry for Moyes that he was the one who had to deal with Ed Woodward in that first transfer window.
Yeah.
However, for me, he was never the right man. And I didn't think he was the right man to take over. I think the fact that Man United got him was based on Fergie's recommendation.
Yeah.
So the moment that it became, again, easy to get rid, they were quickly, because the board and the owner didn't really want him. They just got him because Fergie said so.
No, because
so it was the first opportunity they're going to get rid of him.
Because all the Vigil thing, that's similar to Marina with Chelsea. Because she is a great businesswoman. So I'm not saying that her business acumen is amazing, but she has no football knowledge.
Well, didn't she win Sporting Director of the Year or something recently? I saw some award for that.
I'm not going to comment. because I know the kind of climate that we're in, so I'm not going to comment. But all I'm saying is that she is, because I think like Emanalo, who is the Nigerian guy, he's a football guy. So I think if you don't have a football guy who really understands how to, okay, this is how to work. But here's the issue, and I think everything comes from the top, which is the Glazers.
Yeah.
You compare the Glazers to Abramovich. Abramovich is a football fan.
Yeah.
He likes football, so in his mind is that this is like my team.
Yes.
Sort of like how like you play, like there's this game on Android, like Football Chairman or something. And you want your team to win because you're a football fan. The Glazers are not football fans.
They're businessmen.
They're businessmen.
So
you know.
For them, winning is making money.
Yeah.
Whereas Abramovich, for winning, is trophies.
Yeah, it's a trophy. So he wants to win. So an Abramovich thing of like, if you don't do well, I'll sack you because you're not doing well. For Glazers, like, is the money good? Are we in the green? Cool. Then why is this guy getting sacked? So I think that, and that's the way the issue lies, because my thing is that for United fans, even if you're right, we don't go to the Old Trafford, United is a massive brand.
Yeah.
And there are people who, because it's like America, for instance, once you have your team, that's your team and it's your thing. So guys who are like, let's say for me, because I'm always like a Magic fan.
Okay.
Magic are trash. But you still go because, hey, Magic is just my thing. So for America, the kinship with the team isn't as emotional as it is in Europe. Because in Europe, it's like, if a team isn't playing well, you will revolt. If a team isn't playing well, it's like, okay, well, our team is not doing so well. Okay.
Hopefully we get a good draft
hopefully
pick.
we get a draft back here. So the psychology, it's not that deep for Americans as it is for Europeans.
I think the jeopardy in football is much greater than in American sports, in the sense that you got the relegation and promotion.
Yeah.
Whereas in
Which
American
Super
sports,
League, there you go.
Yeah. Whereas in American sports, the only, say, relegation is your team going bust or moving out of the city or something like that.
And you actually, which is crazy, you're rewarded for being bad.
Yeah.
So they say, oh, tank the season so we get the number one draft pick for the next thing. So which is crazy. So, but I think so. For going forward now, because my thing is that you look at the kind of managers that United can get and so forth. It's like, if you had to choose between, because we'll probably have to do this in the next one, between Valverde, Zidane, and Pochettino. Because I think those are the three probably most likely right now. It was Valverde, Pochettino, and Zidane. Because my thing is, see, I know Uncle Ernie very well. A.K.A. Valverde, I know him very well. Because the thing about Uncle Ernie is, he's a manager. Because Barca fans right now, they now regret
chasing him out.
They regret because.
Quick question: was he the manager of the 8-2?
No.
Oh, okay.
That was set. No, that was set. No,
he was the manager of the Liverpool comeback and the Roma comeback.
And the Roma comeback, yeah. So, but my thing is that, but you know, it's funny. People say, "Oh, you lost 4-0." No, they lost 4-3.
Yeah.
They didn't lose 4-0. They lost 4-3. So it is what it is. But the thing about Valverde is, and what Barca fans didn't realize is that Xavi's gone, Iniesta is gone.
Yeah.
Dani Alves is gone.
But he's back now.
Yeah, like he's got like a key part of the players. So Valverde is like, look, I'm a manager. I'm here to win.
Yeah.
So I am going to do what I can as a manager to manage this situation and get results, which is what he did. So he got them to win.
2 La Ligas.
Yeah, 2 La Ligas, won a Copa del Rey. So, and my thing is, even if you look at that game against Liverpool, I said at the point, he can be partly to blame. Cannibal Suarez, what did he do? You can't score a single goal.
Yeah.
Come on. So my thing is that, we'll put it to dance. Okay, Valverde, if Valverde was to come in, would you be like, this is a good short-term fix to maybe not try and really net a Ten Hag afterwards or something?
100%. Like, there's this big fan furore about Pochettino, and I just don't feel it. Pochettino's a good coach, or a very good coach even. But what have you done? What have you done?
This is not done
at the highest level to say I can now manage Manchester United. We're talking about whether, if you want to talk about how bad we are on the pitch, as a brand, as a global club, we are top 3 in the world. So you have to manage all of that in terms of expectation. Everywhere you go, you are looked at. You are now the face of Manchester United.
See, but you know what? I'll push back on that, because my thing is that I would have agreed with that pre-Ole. Since Solskjaer, I think that's why Pochettino wants United, because Pochettino is at PSG is the most pressurized job, because that fully is a brand, because you're dealing with the Neymar brand, you're dealing with the Mbappe brand, and now the Messi brand, because with PSG...
Yeah, I get that.
Because PSG are not a football club.
No.
Man United are a football club. PSG are a brand where the players will always be bigger than the manager, which is stupid in a football club. In a football club, the manager is always key. So I think the thing with Solskjaer, you saw it with Gary Neville and Rio. Ole, he didn't even look under pressure. He was like, hey, it's United. Now, maybe what Pochettino would not have, which is what Ole had, is that Ole, he knew Man United. But I do feel that as much pressure as there is, the pressure is different, because Poch, I think, is thinking that, man, this whole PSG thing, bro, I don't like. Which is why Tuchel left. Tuchel was like, I'm not a manager here. I'm a manager of the families, the egos, and so forth.
I get that, but I just feel that if you compare the 3 managers you put in front of me, you said Valverde, Zidane, Pochettino. Zidane's managed Real Madrid, biggest club in the world.
Yeah.
Valverde's managed Barcelona, second biggest club in the world.
Yeah.
Pochettino's managed Spurs.
Yeah.
And now PSG, where he's clearly struggling.
It's horrible, yeah.
If we're and Zidane was obviously very successful with Real Madrid. Valverde was reasonably successful, having back-to-back La Ligas, whatever you want to call it. It's still success at Barcelona. I would be more comfortable with them coming in. If you talk about Valverde as a short-term, end of the season, coming in, stabilising the ship, playing some good football, managing the players, coaching the players to the end of the season. It doesn't write off the season. It's not like bringing in or keeping Michael Carrick for the rest of the year, bringing in even a Brendan Rodgers. For me, bringing Brendan Rodgers, I've got no hope for the rest of the season or even going forward. We're going to be very much fourth at best. Valverde has managed the expectation, the big players, and the pressure of a super club. And I think him coming in at this stage, he hasn't got a club at the moment, has he?
Who, Valverde? No.
So he'll come in and just stabilise the ship, play some good football. For me, I'll be like, top 4, we should be getting it. We're only 6 points off. And potentially we can go further in the Champions League. We can potentially win a cup. And then in the summer, you reassess. Yeah. Making a decision now on a permanent manager when there's not many available is probably the worst thing we can do in terms of going forward. It may work out. You may get Pochettino and he overhauls Man United and we go and win. But he's the only option right now. So you're literally hanging your hat on the only option. Whereas if you take it to the summer, whilst managers may not be sacked, Pochettino may be still available. And he has the experience of managing a whole season with Messi, etc. Ten Hag's available. The managers who've been sacked are now available.
Can Carrick last till... Because I was reading something that said that apparently because he's not like completed all the badges, he can only do it for six weeks.
I saw that, but I've only seen that on one tweet. I haven't actually sourced that information, so I don't know.
So you'd be happy for Carrick till the end of the season?
No.
Okay.
We need an experienced manager at the end of the season. Ralf Ragnick has been one that's been touted, but I'm not... We spoke to him a few years ago. He wants a lot of power in terms of like transfers, etc. And I'm not sure he actually wants to do an interim role.
Yeah.
But for me, if Valverde's an option, I would prefer him as an interim than Poch as a permanent right now. Poch as a permanent may be an option in the summer. And if he goes deep in the Champions League with PSG, which doesn't really look like it now, but if he does, I would be a bit more confident. Say, okay, he was able to manage Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe. It took him a little while to do it, but once he got the hang of it, he now won a Liga title. He wins another French Cup. He gets to a semi-final Champions League again, or something like that. Yeah. I'll be a bit more confident. Right now, if Poch comes in, I don't have much expectation. I have hope, but I don't have expectation. And I want to feel more expectant of Man United with the squad that we have.